This is Chapter 5E about mode, median, and range. So in this chapter you'll have 3 skills, which is what is median, mode, and range, how to find median, mode, and range from data, and how to find median, mode, and range from a context. But first of all, what is an average? So if we look at these images below, take a moment here just to count how many children are in each classroom. And then I want you to tell me, on average, meaning approximately, how many students are in each classroom in general, if you're just to take a look at it. So pause and take a moment to figure out what you feel is the average. So if we look at this first classroom right here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 students. Below we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 students. And then the next class we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. So on average, if we were to summarize how many students there were in each classroom, we would say on average there might be, just from eyeballing it, we might say there's an average of somewhere between 7 students in each class, because our smallest number is 4 and our largest is 8, and 8 appears to be frequent. So, but we look at the other numbers, there's a 5 and there's a 6. So approximately there's about 7 students per class. That's what an average is. Here's another example of an average. So on Monday you have 8 glasses of water. Tuesday you had 7. On Wednesday you had 6. On Thursday you had 7. So on average, how many glasses of water do you drink throughout the week? In this case, taking a look, our lowest number is 6, our highest number is 8, and we have 7 that repeats. So on average, you might have about 7 glasses of water per day on average. So an average basically is estimating how much water you drink per day, per classroom. It's not exactly 8, it's not exactly 6, but it's approximately 7 each day. Either is somewhere close to 7, sometimes less than 7, maybe sometimes more than 7, but somewhere around 7. That is what an average is. And median and mode are types of averages. So median is the number exactly in the middle of a set of data. Mode is the number we see the most frequently. So think mode, most. Median, think medium for middle. And range is basically how far apart the largest number is from the smallest. So if we were to look at the numbers above, set A and set B, in order to find the median of set A, first of all, step 1 is you have to put it in order. So if I were to put this in order, it'd be 1, 1, 3, 5, and then 5. Now the number that's exactly in the middle is 3. So my median here is 3. If I were to put set B in order, I would have to write 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 5. Now I need to find the number right in the middle. However, notice how there's 6 numbers. That means the number right in the middle has to be right between 4 and 5. So you have to ask yourself, what number is exactly in the middle of 4 and 5? Well, in this case, it would be 4.5, 4.5. So the median in set B is 4.5. Now the mode is the number you see the most. So in set A, you see 5 the most, right? So the mode is 5 because we see it the most. In set B, we see 5 again the most. So that's also the mode. Now, for example, if you had a set like 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, and there's no numbers that repeat, you can also say that there is such thing as no mode. Now, why median and mode are averages is because median is a way of telling us, well, approximately what is the middle number between all the numbers? Like, what's the middle number between 1 and 5? And in set B, what's the middle number between 2 and 5? Mode is another type of average because it basically is saying, well, this is the one we see the most, so the average is this number, 5 or 5. Now, range. How far apart the largest number is from the smallest. So if we were to take this set of data, the largest number is 5. The smallest number is 1. So what you have to do is subtract the largest and the smallest number. So 5 minus 4, 1 is 4. So the range for set A is 4. Now for set B, the largest number is 5 and the smallest number is 2. And that makes 3. So the range for set B is 3. So given that you know what mean, median, mode, and range are, at this time, pause and complete exercises 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so let's move forward. In number 1, before we do this, first put everything in order. 6, 7, 7, 7, 8. The median is 7. The mode is 7. The range is 8 minus 6, which happens to be 2. Three, 6, 6, 7, 8. The median is 6. The mode is 6. And the range is 8 minus 3, which equals 5. Put the numbers in order. Okay. The median is a number right in the middle. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So it's right here in the middle. So what is in the middle of 5 and 7? Well, it has to be 6. Another way to do it is you could say 5 plus 7 is 12, and then 12 divided by 2 equals 6. That's also another way to find the middle number between two huge numbers. So the median is 6. The mode is the number that appears the most. There isn't one, so there is no mode. The range, 9 minus 3, is going to be 6. That is the range. And finally, 3, 4, 4, 5, 7, 8, 8, 9. Okay, so let's find the median. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's again right in the middle. So in this case, to find the median, 5 plus 7, because you add the two numbers surrounding the middle, is 12. 12 divided by 2 makes 6. So your median is 6. Your mode is the one that appears the most. I see two sets of numbers. So your mode is 4 and 8. So you can have two modes, multiple modes. And your range, finally, is 9 minus 3, which is equal to 6. That is your range. So now here you have a context, median, mode, range. So if we look at the first problem, you have a football team who played 15 home games and 15 away games. What was the mode of their scores for the home games and the away games? In B, the number of people living on each in each house on 2 streets are shown. Find the median number of people per house on each street. Okay, in this case, this example has no numbers, so let's skip that. C, find the range of numbers between 4, 7, 2, 6, 8, 2, 7. So at this time, go ahead and pause and complete these exercises. So for A, the first thing we need to do is actually to just interpret this information. It's quite complicated to understand. So in the first row, it's talking about the number of goals scored. So you could score 0 goals, 1 goal, 2 goals, 3 goals, or 4 goals. Now, at their home games, at 4 home games, they scored 0 points. So what you actually want to do is write down that they scored 0 points at 4 home games. And then at 3 home games, they scored 1 point. 1, 1, 1. At 5 home games, they scored 2 points. 2. At 2 home games, they scored 3 points. And then at 1 home game, they scored 4 points. Now, in the next row, at 6 away games, they scored 0 points. At 1 away game, at 5 away games, they scored 1 point. At 3 away games, they scored 2 points. At 1 away game, they scored 3 points. And at no away games did they score 4 points. So that's what this table means. Now, looking at this information dissected and broken apart, what was the mode for their scores at the home game? So meaning which number appeared the most often. In this case, you'll see that it's 0. And you can even see it. Oh, my mistake. I didn't write enough 2. At 5 home games, they scored 2 points. So actually, technically, they scored, the mode for their home games was actually 2, because you can see it also here that it appears the most often. Now, in the number of away games, we'll see here that the 0 appears the most often, so it's actually 6 away games. So this frequency table shows us information that we have to break apart. So it's important that you actually take a moment to look at the tables really thoroughly and break it apart, and so you can write out the data so you can really see what's happening. Now, in the last one, C, find the range of the numbers 4, 7, 2, 6, 8, 2, and 7. So remember, range is basically your highest number, in this case 8, subtracting your lowest, 2. And in this case, your range is 6. And that's it.